Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so it's ready. It's time to go. GLHF to the players, and we're off. Okay, so this is the Amateur Dota 2 League Season 3. As I said, well, I should point out that we were... Oh, wait, okay. So, I'm a little bit unprepared here. Still got my Tactic Hive logos up from casting last week. Alright, so... We're good now, we're good. Alright, so as I said, we were missing a team for a while, but I guess their captain just wasn't paying attention to the guild chat. One of the admins just shot him a message, and he had his team in here within a minute or two. So we are good to go, we're ready and hopping into the game. So it is Meepos Hermanos versus Passant. So getting into this one now, this is a best of two, as the Amateur Dota 2 League operates on. It's a best of two series where everybody just plays 2 games, you earn a point per game you play, and then those points contribute to an overall total. However, I have been scheduled to cast a game in at 10 o'clock p.m. as I mentioned earlier. So for now, I am only going to be picking up the first game of this series, and then I'll be hopping over to cast Cptn.Canuck versus Razorblade International. So if you guys want to watch Game 2 of this series, you'll have to log on to Dota TV and find it there, because that will not be streamed via Twitch. I will be hopping over to another series of games, but my honest opinion, I think the other set of games will be pretty damn good. Those are 2 really strong teams, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them play. So, getting into this game here, we get to Meepos Hermanos. This is my buddy Cubano here. He casts with me sometimes. He's going to be playing with Meepos Hermanos. So that's his team, and I'm definitely going to be trolling him hard this game. So if you see me throwing out any unnecessary BM towards this team, it is definitely in good nature. Don't get your panties in a twist. So, right off the bat here, we got some semi-standard bans. The bans out by Meepos Hermanos were Ember Spirit and Nature's Prophet. So, Nature's Prophet's been getting up there in bans just because people don't like the rat. And Ember Spirit, of course, just incredibly strong. Now, the Storm Spirit and Mirana, I think those are kind of targeted picks. Those are kind of just like, we really don't want to play against those people type thing. So, anyways, getting into the picks, though. We've got Invoker and Lion. So I like the Invoker first pick. Invoker's really strong right now, and a lot of teams are favoring him. Lion, I'm not sure if he's worth the first pick, but we'll see if they got some sort of... I'm not sure, we'll see. We'll see if they got some sort of pocket strat that'll make this work. Who knows? But yeah, the Bat Rider snatched up by Meepos. Now, this has been run a lot lately, too. He is just a ridiculously strong hero in whatever lane he's put in. Now, we've seen, because these 2 heroes, Invoker and Bat Rider, are very powerful in the current meta, a lot of times we've seen them both picked up together. Now, if they've both been picked up together, it means that one of them cannot have mids. So, it's been interesting to see how lanes play out. We've seen a couple safe lane Invokers in pro games. We've seen a lot of off-lane Bats. That's usually the strategy there. So we'll probably be seeing that coming out. An off-lane Bat, a mid-lane Invoker, and then Meepos Hermanos will be looking to pick up their tri-lane with their last 3 picks. Now, Passant has picked up the Lion and the Abaddon. 2 pretty strange first picks. Generally, Abaddon only picked up as kind of a counter pick to certain heroes, like the Bane Mirana combo. He works really well against. He works well against a hero like a Doom, because even though he can't purge the Doom, he can shield the damage and he can miscoil to heal somebody back up. So he's good for keeping people alive. Dazzle maybe a little more so, but still good for that. He's a solid hero in general. But I don't know if he's worthy of a second pick. So Passant showing a little bit of awkward picks in the first couple stages, but who knows? They might have something up their sleeve with that, so we will see in just a moment. So, getting in here, we've got the Bristleback and the Visage, and the Lifestealer and the Crystal Maiden all bound out here. So, pretty standard bans, I would say. Nothing out of the ordinary there, just, yeah. Nyx Assassin grabbed up by Meepos, so they're just going for, like, full-on OP strategy, grabbing every single hero that is really strong in the current meta. And, I don't blame them. There's a lot of really good heroes out there right now. Nyx Assassin probably going to be run on the support position because, as I said, Bat Rider will be likely heading to that off lane. Now, Nyx, we've seen a lot of him go into the off lane too, so we'll have to see. This could be like a jungle bat or something like that, something really creative, but we'll see. I was watching the Tactic Hive Cup last night, or last week. I was casting it, actually, and we saw a team go for a really cool strategy where they basically had a jungle bat, and then they had their Dazzle stack a couple jungle camps for him over and over and over to get him like a 6-minute blink dagger, and then you know, they had solo lanes everywhere, so it was pretty sweet. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so what's on Passant going to be looking to pick up? Well, like I said, Abaddon generally run as a support hero. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, does Aphotic Shield break the Flaming Lasso? I think it would. I'd have to see. I think it does. And if it does, then that's actually a really good counter pick. I didn't really think about that when it first came up, but now that I look at it more, yeah, it makes a little bit of sense. So we'll see. That's probably going to be run on a support position, but who knows? They could even go carry Abba, which has seen some play. Not very much, but a little bit. I'm curious. We'll have to keep an open mind in the next couple picks here, but if they pick up a hard carry or something, we'll know that he's definitely a support. Now the Lycan and the Puck, the next two pickups. So Puck gonna help keep that team together. Maybe we'll be looking at something a little more crowd control-y, like a you know, Clockwork or say an Earthshaker or something like that on the side of En Passant. They do have a lot of potential for a good AoE teamfight between Dream Coil and Earth Spike. So if they can get something else to contribute to that, whether that be, you know, a Static Storm, an Echo Slam, a Naga Song, a whatever, you can do a lot. But with that Weaver pickup, yeah, we'll see. Weaver's been run on tri-lanes more often now, so we'll see. But yeah, with that Lycan pickup, Los Meepos is just going full OP. Like, I don't think there's any synergy to the strategy. They're just going for every single strong hero on the board right now. And they actually banned out the Ancient Apparition, which would have been great for their team. And Shadow Shaman banned out by En Passant. If that wasn't banned out, I'm pretty sure that's what Los Meepos would have picked up. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. I think they've got room to pick up like an actual jungler. Put Batrider on the off lane, have Nyx and Lycan in a duo lane together. I mean, that's not a very strong duo lane, but I don't think you're in a position to get aggroed here. So they do go for the Rubik. I was thinking if they went for a Chen or an Enchantress or something, they'd have a lot of push, but instead they just go for the Rubik, so they got that hard lane support. Nyx will probably be stacking and pulling and then rowing. From there, Batrider will be on the off lane, and Invoker will be heading towards the mid. Now, the side of En Passant, we got is Weaver, who's likely going to be heading to the off lane. That's that's generally Weaver's role. That's what he does. But you can also go to a tri-lane if you really want to make it happen. He works really well on an aggressive tri-lane because if there aren't wards down, he's free to do whatever the hell he wants. He can Sakuchi around, he throws out his auto attacks, he's really hard to pick off. So we'll see. But I have a feeling Weaver's going to be going to the off lane, and then Lion Abba is going to be comboed up with something else. Now, whether or not they go aggressive is another question. I don't think they do in this scenario. Rubik is a great defensive support, as is Nyx Assassin, and I mean, Lycan, he doesn't really have a good escape until he gets his ultimate, but with the two supports backing him and the wolves on his side, I think he's going to have a lot of ability to dish out damage and remain safe if that do be how it transpire. Tripping all over my word. Oh man! I'm like talking about how I'm tripping over my words, and then I hawk a loogie because I ran home. Like, just not happening right now. I need a sip of water. All right, so last pickup coming up here from En Passant. I think it's going to be a safe lane carry, something that can really benefit from farm, something along the lines of a Luna maybe. That's not banned out. You could even see like a Phantom Assassin or something like that. I think Luna's the most likely pickup, but we'll see what it is in a second. I'm thinking Luna.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe it faces Void, actually. Void would be really good. Oh, okay, it is Luna. It is Luna. Now, they do have to be pretty wary. There are a lot of great spells that Rubik can steal, from the Illusory Orb to the Finger of Death to Eclipse to, anything from Abaddon really is great. So, we'll see. Rubik is going to be a big factor here in this game. So, we'll be getting underway here in just uno momento as the players pick up their heroes and we get underway here. Come on. Grab your heroes. Everybody goes AFK during the picks. Bastards. Alright. Come on. Rubik and Nyx, man. They just went AFK. I give a shit. Rubik picks. Come on, Nyx. There we go. Alright, get rid of this overlay. Time to go into the game. Los Meepos Hermanos, En Passant. So, Let's introduce the players right off the bat here. We got Bearjew 2000 going to be playing up that Nyx Assassin. KL Glacius going to be playing up the Bat Rider, likely going down to the off lane. Cyragar going to be playing the mid lane Invoker. Cubby or Cubano Dota going to be playing on that Lycanthrope. And over on this Rubik, we got Wally the Wise, and that is your Los Meepos Hermanos lineup. Down on the Radiant side, we've got En Passant. On that carry Luna, we're going to have Wraith playing on Luna. We got Holy Roller going to be playing the Lion. Over here on the Abaddon, we have Pillow Pants, the Underpants gnome. Paul Midcartney. Alright. He's going to be taking puck. And Forked One Yasuka going to be playing the Weaver. It's the most Russian name ever, and yeah, so looks like we do have a pretty standard laning setup, like I said. Safe lane for both of the carries, and both the lanes playing out pretty much as we'd expect them. Now, the supports and the Luna just sitting off in these trees here, making sure no offlane wards can go down. I don't think any were given to the Bat Rider. No, he doesn't have any, so he's not really too concerned about that, but that will give these supports the ability to freely farm up this small camp and do as they please. I kind of almost made a penis there without even realizing it. But yeah, anyways. Nyx got an early smoke, and I mean, they could gank mid at level 1 if they really wanted to. I mean, Puck doesn't have phase shift. She's got illusory orb, which I mean will help you get out of stuff. But I think the combined stuns between levitate and the impale will keep her locked down long enough that they can probably get a first blood out of that. But it's not going to be the case. Instead, they're just going to hang out up top here and try to harass the Weaver out of lane. Now, we do see an aggressive lane ward go down, but I think this is probably one of the most useless aggressive lane wards I've ever seen, because this lane is... Well, actually, it's not completely useless. If they do manage to pull the lane back and it's sitting around here, that ward will pay for itself. But for now, the lane is caught up pretty far up. Weaver knows it's there, so he's not going to be playing stupid. And here's that smoke gank I was talking about. They can definitely get this kill. Now, Puck is level 2 and has phase shift, so it's going to be a matter of seeing if she can get out of this alive. Now, she's walking up to the high ground there, and she gets levitate, throws the illusory orb, but she is going to be able to jump to it. And the stun was just off. You need to time that so perfectly to be able to nail that, and they just didn't. So, unfortunate, but no first blood there, and the supports did waste a lot of time. Puck got away with a good chunk of her health. She only has to pop off a tango or two, and she'll be able to get out of that just fine. Lycan's still safe farming up here, and like I said, Weaver not going to want to go too far because he realizes that that ward is there and that he's going to be spotted out wherever he goes. So playing really smart about this, but I think he should be fine. I mean, they didn't pick up any. Oh, they do have sentries. Okay, I thought he was holding observers, but yeah. Okay, so they do have sentries to lock him down if they really need to. So I think all of these lanes going to remain pretty passive. Bat Rider is getting to be a bit of a bully up in this lane too, because he's throwing this all out. So I think Bat Rider's got a decent position here, but the Lion is going to come in on him, running in from behind. He's going to pop off that Firefly, but he's getting beat up pretty badly. He gets turned into a flying frog, and with one final, with a Lucent Beam, they do finish that off. First blood goes to Luna for selling mayonnaise. There's mid lane here. Just exchanging blows. Let's take a peek at the last hits. 14 and 3 up on that Lycan, so he's farming up the best right now. Invoker 12 and 5, actually doubling the Puck, who's not doing too well. That gank held her back just a little bit. 6 and 2, and Luna for having the free farm down on the bottom lane, not doing too great herself. 6 and 1, and it's really lacking in that department. Picked up that early magic wand too, which I mean it'll help against Bat, but when Bat is pushed back that far back and the supports are zoning properly, it's going to be hard to really lock him down. Anyways. Lion in here, just trying to create some space for the Puck, harass out that Invoker for now. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the longer he stays here, the less XP Puck is going to get, and Puck needs XP. And, I mean, Puck can stand against Invoker. Invoker's not going to kill Puck on his own unless he gets really lucky and Puck gets himself out of position. So, I think for now, it's more a matter of that. We do see the Rubik moving forward, looking for that Weaver, and he's just going to walk himself away from that. Not going to drop a sentry or anything for that, so he's got himself away from that. Now, yeah. Lion has made his way back down to bottom, but nothing really for him to do down there. He's just going to stack and pull. pings out on absolutely nothing. Cool, man. Cool. But, yeah, Bat down on this bottom lane. He's actually doing pretty well. Despite giving up that first blood, he's keeping himself in a good position in this lane and getting those napalm stacks off, which is admittedly feeding Luna some magic wand charges, as you can see here. But, I mean, at the same time, he's creating himself space and... See another gank coming in here. There is no wards available from the Radiant side to spot this out. The only ward they have is down here to spot out the high ground, and that's not even going to cover this. So Puck's going to make her way up towards this double damage rune and might get caught out here by the Rubik. Actually, he's just going to scoot himself down here. Levitates, grabs the DD for himself, and now they're going on to the Puck. Should be able to jump through the orb, but she's still going to be able to get out of that? I think so. Batrider did fall in the bottom lane in the meantime while we were watching this. Another couple auto attacks. He might actually be able to make this happen. Searching for the Puck, she's bottling up. Does have an illusory orb up. Is going to phase shift away to that. We're going to see a Sunstrike. This is an Exort Invoker. No, he doesn't have Sunstrike for another couple seconds. Actually, he does have it now. Is he going to throw it? Come on. Throw it. I think he's just going to wait and Sunstrike the spawn because that is it's the easiest way to do. Just guess the approximate time that they'll arrive at the spawn. And she looks like Puck's going to be able to get out of this just fine. Yeah, he's back in base. He's not going to die. And Invoker didn't even throw it. I would have thrown it. Balls to the wall like that, man. You just gotta go sometimes. Just gotta go. Anyways, Luna kind of being left solo here as the supports have rotated out. And they realize that the Lion's gonna die in the mid lane. And meanwhile, Batrider realizes that he's alone with the Luna and tries to have his way. But eventually gets shooed back by the combination of the tower and the Abaddon coming in to interfere. Looks like he still wants to make something happen though. He's kind of dancing around on the side, but thinks wiser of it, backs himself away for now. Mid, this Rubik's coming back in again, but yeah. Got a ward down there, making sure that Puck doesn't have any vision of him. And fortunately, just going to make his way back up to the jungle. Not going to make anything out of that. Back towards the CS. This is a huge disparity already. We see the Lycan at 40 last hits, already sitting on a Vlad's, and meanwhile down in the bottom lane, less than half is what the Luna's sitting at. And I mean, this is just a case of sloppy last hitting, because I mean, Luna's been pretty much in free farm the entire game, and admittedly, Bat has been bullying her just a little bit. But I mean, the supports have made the space that she needs to at least keep up, and so I think she should be doing a little better than she is. Unfortunately, not the case, and that Lycan is going to be a big. He's going to be a big deal. He's sitting on that Vlad's right now, and as soon as he can get a medallion up, he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage and might be able to go for Roche. I assume medallion will be the next pickup. We'll see. I think so though. Probably just go medallion and then smoke straight into Roche and see if he can get an early one. They are on the dire side too, so he's got the advantage on that regard. All the support's back in this lane looking to pressure in on this Batrider, but this is where Batrider's really in his prime. When he's just kind of sitting around his tower here and he can just throw out napalm stacks up in this area. And I mean, you can't really touch him because the second you try to go on him, oh man. Lycan just solo killed Weaver? Did that really just happen? Okay. Alright. I'll believe it. How? I'm so confused. When does Weaver solo die to a Lycan? I don't know. We have a smoke gang coming in here by the Lion and the Abaddon. They're looking for the Invoker. They drop the Dream Coil for it. Miss Coil goes out, and now with an Impale, they're looking to finish this off. He's really durable right now, but not going to get out of that. He drops a Force Spirit, which is going to harass him back on the way out, but the Invoker does fall. 3-2 your kill score here at 7 minutes and 42 seconds. And, yeah, looking like a pretty even game so far. The biggest disparity, though, as I said, is in this farm. I mean, 51 last hits to 29 in comparable safe lane carries. It's going to be trouble. And Luna will carry harder in the late game, but I mean, the faster Lycan can get his build online, get that, get a medallion, get a Vlad's, get Roche perhaps, he's going to be a lot of trouble. And I mean, if you can get, you can carry that in the mid game, get some Necro Books out, you can cause some serious damage. And Luna might not ever come online if that does happen. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Anyways, Lycan getting jumped on here as the puck comes up for a gank, but not going to happen there. He's charging forward. I'm still curious about how he died, man. I kind of want to watch that replay and just see. It looks like we might have an engagement here. Rubik finds out the Abaddon, pulls him back. Cold Snap goes out. This Abaddon is not level 6 yet, and so he will fall. No borrowed time to keep him alive. He's a half a level away from it. But yeah, Weaver just walks himself away from that. 3-3 the kill score. And now it looks like we got pressure out here on the top lane. We got Forge Spirits up, Wolves going, and Creepwave's going to get beat down pretty damn quick. And I think Los Meepos Hermanos might secure themselves the first tower of the game. There is a Fortify available, but they're going to need some serious Fortify TPs to take care of this, and they're not going to bother. Invoker gets the last hit, and his top tier 1 will go down on the Radiant side. Things coming out. They know where these guys are going, but, I mean, can't really stop them. It's going to do what they do. There, bottom. Now, I'm sure the Batrider is aware that the Luna is missing her supports right now, so I think at any time we could see Bat just fly in and go for a lasso, because, I mean, you can just kill Luna if she does that. And, I mean, she can pop off the Eclipse, which will cause a lot of havoc, but if you do it in the midst of a creep wave, you should be fine. Maybe only take 1 or 2 procs and get away from that alright. Unless you're really unlucky, but yeah. Anyways, mid lane here, we got a stack up of the supports in the mid laners, kind of just contesting this tower a little bit. Both teams kind of just wanted to take their shots where they can. Now, Levitate TK goes out onto the puck, and they actually managed to kill her before she gets out of anything. But a couple more auto attacks will finish off the Rubik on the back end of that. Now looking for the Abaddon, but the Borutan pops off, and Hex out on the Nyx Assassin. Are they going to turn around? I don't think so. Now just kind of exchanging blows at this time, but Batrider is coming in with a haste rune, and Passant has no clue that this is coming. One of them is going to die, no question about it. Cold Snap goes up on the line, and oh man, maybe not. Oh, okay, there we go. One more attack. We'll finish off the line, and the Flaming Lasso has not even been used. Eclipse pop off. Most of it will hit creeps. One bounce does go the way of the Nyx, and Weaver is up there looking for that kill. Does manage to finish off the Nyx Assassin. Now, the Flaming Lasso does not pull Abaddon down to the bottom lane, and trying to get that kill, Batrider follows. Now, Cold Snap up on the Luna. She's going to fall as well. Looking towards that puck is the Lycan. He's dishing out a ton of damage. A Phase Shift, maybe? No. Not going to keep him alive. Now, Lycan, in the midst of all this, whew, there he goes. He's going to be able to pick himself up some last hits, and they might be able to get this tower now. 6-7 to kill score. Oh, they might, yeah, they're definitely getting Lion here. He drops really low, actually turns back around, gets the Finger of Death off onto the Invoker, and takes somebody with him. So now he's heading back towards the mid tower, and we'll probably be getting it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright. So 7-8 the kill score, and both teams trading pretty evenly in that mid lane engagement. Back and forth kills, but the end of it all, it looks like Los Meepos Hermanos got a little bit more out of it. They got the enemy team's carry, and were able to put a couple dents in this tower. I mean, they weren't able to knock it down, but they'd come out of that slightly ahead. And I mean, meanwhile, like I said, this last hit disparity is still pretty damn huge. Now, the Lycan is in the pit by himself. He's got a Necro book up. He didn't go for the medallion, in fact, but he still has a lot of damage to dish into this pit. Now, the puck is here looking to try to make something out of this. Throws the Illusory Orb in, won't jump to it. There are 4 heroes outside of this pit contesting it, and Lycan is just going to commit to it. He's just throwing himself at it. But Abaddon walks in the pit, gets Borrowed Time popped off immediately by all the summons, and now the Lycan is just going to work. Finishes off the puck before she can jump to the Illusory Orb, and now Luna in the midst of all this. She's looking to be in trouble, but Lycan will walk himself out of this. He does now have his true form back up, so he might be able to make something happen if there's some CC to hold people down for him. Invoker picks up a Illusion Rune, and they're going to go right back into the pit, try to finish this off. Wolves back up by the Lycan, and now looking to finish this Roche off. And if they do manage to get this, this will be great for their team. And yeah, they're going to get it. Not possible to contest on the side of Passant. I mean, they tried, and I think the only thing that might have done it is if the puck had actually jumped into that pit and dropped a Dream Coil and just tried to go for it. But didn't look like that was going to be the case there. This pursuit going to be deflected here, and the Warden going down. But both teams walk out of that pretty even on the kill score, at least. Oh, puck going full retard, jumps right in here, looking for the Rubik, but gets TK'd, and yeah. Little bit too far there. A little bit too far. Puck gets herself caught out, and that will be a kill, which could turn into more as the Luna walks forward, gets cold snapped up, and finished off in a matter of seconds. Now the Nyx is here, looking to see if he can find somebody else out. Finds up the Abaddon, and will manage to pop off that Borrowed Time. And the Sunstrike coming in, gonna land on 2, but Batrider jumps forward, gets the Flame Lasso out on the Lion. This might even mean they won't get either killed. No, Lion's gonna drop for sure. So Abaddon does get out in exchange for Lion's life, and Los Meepos Hermanos picks themselves up a 3-kill advantage in all of that, grabbing the puck, then the Luna, then the Lion. and now they're going to grab themselves a mid-tier 1 while the Lycan has finished off the bottom tier 1. So that was pretty damn huge. I'm not going to lie. If we look towards the graphs here, I mean, you can just see in the last couple minutes here, Los Meepos has just taken a big dive. And this is going to go down a little bit further as these graphs update as well. So I mean, definitely looking great for them to begin with. Now, the net worth graph kind of mirroring the last hits at this point. All of the core heroes staying within their current ranks on those graphs. And Lycan, Invoker, and Bat Rider sitting right on top. And when your offlane Bat is sitting at 3rd on net worth, that's really damn good. I mean, above the enemy's hard carry. That means a lot. I mean, this Luna, as I said, I mean, early on, just not getting the last hits and coming out to fight early, she's really just gotten shut down. I mean, she got a couple kills in the lane, but now has since died twice and has not been able to pick much up for it. Now, looking for that Lion. Sunstrike going to land, and they are going to pick off the Lion in the entrance to their jungle. And so now, Los Meepos starting to really just control this area of the map and make their life hell. Impale going to go out, not going to catch anything, and blink forward by the Bat. They're looking for Puck, and I think she's actually going to fall. She's got none of her escapes for another couple seconds, and she does end up falling. Puck goes down, and 8-14 now the score. Los Meepos starting to take a lead in this. I got a question in the chat. Is this game 1 or 2? This is indeed game 1 between Los Meepos Hermanos and on Passant. Now, I will not be casting game 2 on my channel. Unfortunately, I just picked this game up while I was waiting for the games that I was scheduled to do to pop up, which will be Code Hui and Razorblade International. I will be casting that immediately after at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but yeah, I'll only be casting Game 1. If you want to watch Game 2, it'll be a ticketed match, so you can find it on Dota TV, but it will not be streamed live, unfortunately. Yeah, looking for this top tier 2, and I think they're going to get it. I mean, Lion's going to try to contest it, throws out an Impale, but, I mean, they're not going to be able to make this happen. Invoker on the back line picks off the Puck. Yet again, this Puck is not very good at staying alive. And Flaming Lasso going to go out on the line. He's going to drop in a matter of moments. The Clip's going to get popped off, but there's a lot of creeps here to eat up the hits. Now the Lycan charging forward, looking for that Luna. Gets bounced away by the Bat Rider Flame Break, but it's not going to matter. Cubano gets that kill. Now looking for the Weaver. Weaver falls in the midst of all the fire, and now the Abaddon going to fall as well. 5-man wipe for none, and I think we're going to see a GG soon. Somebody asking how a best of 2 works. Basically, in the AD2L, you play 2 games, you get a point for each game that you win. And then those points contribute to a league total, and the teams with the most at the end head into the playoffs. So that's basically it. You just play 2 games. If you take 2, you get 2 points. If you go 1-1, you end up even. So it's a good format for round robins because it allows teams of equal skill to rise up equally. You don't always have one team getting ahead on very minute differences. But, yeah. Anyways, Aegis of the Immortal gets popped off on the Lycan. Rubik gets popped off by a Finger of Death. And now I think they are going to try to commit to finishing off this Rax. And we'll see in a moment, yeah. The summons are going to finish that off. Meanwhile, they're just kind of running circles around the enemy team. Invoker going to force staff himself up to the high ground. Meanwhile, Bat Rider just doing his own thing. And these Necro Creeps are actually going to finish off the Luna inside the base. Now looking towards this Abaddon. Board Time going to get popped off and microing those creeps away. And now they're looking for it. Bat Rider just kind of doing whatever he wants with impunity. And now Sunstrike going to come in. Meepo dies. Or Meepo. Los Meepos Hermanos gets a kill on the Weaver. And Bat going to blink himself back out after picking up a couple extra kills. 10-24 the score. And I mean, look at these graphs. Yeah, just huge dive from this point in the game. About the 13-minute mark, you just see a consistent dive down. Now, jumping in on the Puck, and she's going to fall again. Same with the XP graph. They're pretty much identical, and yeah, this is going to fall. I'm looking for a GG here soon. I mean, they're going to stay in it for now, but I really don't see how they're going to come back from this. This Lycan got so fed so early. 9-0-4, yeah, GG. Here it comes. So on Passant, I'm going to give it up. Los Meepos Hermanos takes game 1 convincingly, and yeah, huge. Alright, so that's it. On Passant gives up the first game, and Los Meepos Hermanos takes it 10-25, the final kill score, 17 minutes and 50 seconds, the official game time, and dire victory as you see there on your screen. What a game. I mean, well played, but just, I mean, on Passant, they just weren't able to take the laning phase in the fashion that they should have. I mean, Lion and Abaddon should have been more than enough to zone out that Bat Rider, but he just forced himself into a position where he was able to get you know, a little bit of comfortable XP and even some farm as he ends the game with 46 last hits. Meanwhile, the Luna ends the game with 46 last hits herself, and not that great. I mean, at at comparable points in the game, where both of the carries were pretty even off, Lycan was sitting with double the last hit, so it was just, like, I mean, mechanical betterness on the side of Los Meepos Hermanos. So, unfortunate, but yeah. Anyways, heading into next game, it'll be about a 20-minute break, and then we'll be getting into Code de Hue versus Razorblade International. So stay tuned for that. If you'd like to catch the second game of this series between Passant and Los Meepos Hermanos, check it out on Dota TV. It will be ticketed, but I will not be casting it. So thanks guys for tuning in, and I will see you in a few moments. Cheers.